Today I'm going to talk about Argos, and then we're going to see a couple of reports that you most probably will be using, SYOSProfile, Bart, Thor, Service Calendar, and FYR ODTL. Something that I need to tell you is I want to try to cover as much as possible in the time, but if you feel that you need more information or more detailed training in one of these reports or any other, don't hesitate to contact me, and we can set up a one-on-one meeting for more personalized training. What is Argos? Argos is a reporting tool at IBC. If you need information mainly from Banner, you'll most probably be running an Argos report to get it. Now, why Argos? Banner, it has its own reporting, but it's not pretty. Sometimes it's hard to understand. And with Argos, you will get a well-formatted report, many times customized to what you need and how you need it. We also use Argos not only to report information, but also to enter information as an electronic form. One example of this is the service calendar that we will see in a few minutes. How Argos works, mainly we get information from Banner. Probably 90% of the Argos reports are coming from information in Banner, but we also can report from different data sources. And when you run a report from Argos, it will pull the information real time and produce the well-formatted reports. When you talk about Argos, you will hear that we have a desktop and a web version. The difference is, or first, what they have in common is the desktop and the web, they both work on a PC, a Windows laptop or PC, and they are both accessible off campus. Now, the big difference is the web version will work with Mac and with tablets, iPads, or mobile devices. The desktop version will not work on a Mac. How to access the reports? As we saw before, we have this banner.imperial.edu page, and there's an Argos section in there. So most of the reports we have are, and I'm going to show you, are on this section. If you go to Argos, there's a link for reports via SharePoint. You click it there, and then you will have the menu with the different categories for the reports. You have finance reports, you have student success reports, financial aid, instruction, MIS, SYOSProfile that we will take a look at, some human resources reports. Here in human resources, you can check the service days calendar that you probably will use. And so any report that you need most probably will be here. But what happens if you don't see the report or if you need a new report? So in order to request a new report, you will go and place a ticket. So we will get the ticket and put as much detail as you can here, but then we can just work with you on that new report. Now, going into specific Argos reports, this is probably one of the most used reports is SYOSProfile. Basically, is the student profile. It will give you information about a specific student, personal information like the ID, name, address, date of birth, etc. Admissions applications, all the academic history, GPA, attempted units, earned units, in-progress courses, grades, and some student success information. So let's see it. In order to access it, we go to banner.imperial.edu, go to Argos, and there's a SYOSProfile link there. So you will input the G number of the student that you need, and then your Argos username and your Argos password. For all the new administrators, we already set up your Argos user, which will be your first name dot last name. The password is the same that you use for your network or your email. So once you input the G number, then click submit, and then you will get the SYOS profile. You can see it very well. This is a bigger view of how it looks. It has all the information that I told you about, admissions applications, degrees, academic history, in progress courses, etc. The next report that I'm going to show you is Bart. Bart is our banner and Argos reporting tool, and it's a form that we use, or the managers uses, for quick access to the manager's group information. You can find useful information about timesheets, electronic requests, leave balances, performance appraisals, and the employee list that you have, and some reports. The reason why we build Bart is because, as Jeff mentioned, you have to go to WebDart to approve timesheets. Sometimes you don't remember if you already approve a timesheet. You don't know if you have something pending. On the electronic request, you will most probably will receive leave request, payroll adjustments request, part-time office hours request, different requests, and all of them you will get it by email. And it's very easy to lose track of all the different requests that you have to approve. So Bart is a good tool to see what you have pending to approve as an electronic request. In order to access it, you can go again to banner.imperial.edu, go to Argos, and then click Bart. And this will open Bart for you. So let's see how it looks. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this is Bart, and this is Jeff Campbell's Bart. So you see here the different tabs. You have the timesheets, e-request, leave management, performance appraisal, charts and reports, and employee list. So on timesheets, for example, for this pay period, July through August, you see that I have, or the Jeff sees that I have the my timesheet submitted and it's pending to approve. Here in the checkboxes, he can also view which in progress and which are approved. For this pay period, obviously it hasn't ended, so there's nothing approved. But if you change the pay period for the last one, then you will see all the different timesheets approved. And you can see mine, for example. You click on one of the employees' name, and then click on preview Alejandro's timesheet, and that will pull the timesheet for last pay period. So this gives you the possibility, if you have any questions, to go back in time, any year, any month, and pull a timesheet for any of your employees. You can change the year, you can change the pay period. Now, I was talking to you about the request. So if Jeff goes here, he will see that I submitted a leave request and it's pending to approve. If he had payroll adjustment request, shift change request, or service calendar request pending to approve, it'll show here. From here, you can just select the one that you want and click here, process request. It will open the form for the manager to approve that request. This is helpful to see what's pending to approve, but it's also helpful to see what you approved in the past. So change request status to approve, and you will get a list for 2020 of all the different requests approved. And you can change the month, you can change the year. So it's a good tool for managers to just keep track of whatever it's pending to approve. Leave management, it will tell you sick leave, vacation, comp time for your group. In the performance appraisals, you'll see all the performance appraisals that you've done in the past, and you can pull and print any. So if you want to go back to 2019, for example, and see my performance appraisal, you will select the 2019, click on the employee, and then click print. And this will pull that performance appraisal for that year for that employee. And obviously, this is a fake one, so I could show it to you, but you get the point. Chapter reports, if you have something specific that you want to put here, I can have links here, but this was replaced by Thor, and I will talk about that in a few minutes. And then I'm going to quickly go through employee list. You're going to get your group, all the salary, hourly rates, and all that, if you want to know, and the photos assigned to each employee. And that's it for Bart. Now, the next tool that we're going to see is Thor. Thor is our tailor hub for organizational resources. Basically, it's a one-stop shop for reports and resources or links. This was built because you could have links for reports in your desktop, in your email, as a bookmark. You can have the links all over your computer. So this is a centralized place for you to look for reports that you use the most. It's accessible off campus, which means if you're at home and you need to run a report, you can just open Thor and have it there. It's personalized, which means you can have your own list of reports, but you have to log in to that. And wherever you log in, you will have the same reports. So if you're on your computer, you open Thor, you have 3 or 4 reports. And if you go to the board, whenever we can go back to work, if you go to the board and open in another computer your Thor, you will have the same reports always. It's configurable to desktop or web version by each report, and you can view your balances, your NOEs, your approved timesheet, and your leave requests. So basically, it's only this link is the only one that you need to save as a bookmark somewhere. It's accessible. If we go back to the last slide, it's accessible through Argos, through banner.imperial.edu in Argos Bart. But as Jeff and Matthew said, this banner.imperial.edu is only accessible while on campus or through VPN. So I will highly recommend that if you want to use Thor, save this link on your browser as a bookmark. So you will always have it, even if you're not connected to the IBC network. So this is how Thor looks, and obviously, so you have to log in. And this is my profile. This is my Thor. So you will see that I have some reports already here, the 2021 calendar. So if I use a lot this calendar, I don't want to look for it purely view and then terms calendar or have that link somewhere. I just have it in my Thor. Click there, and it'll open the calendar. I have my leave requests, banner forms. Click there, and it'll open the SSO to log into the banner forms. SYOSProfile, service calendar that we're going to see. Now, let's say you want to add Bart. You will go to settings in this Thor hammer. And this is the catalog of the different reports that you can use. So you can just look for Bart, click there, add the resource, and then once you go back, you will see it there. And then you can just click here. You can change the way you look at each report. So right now, if I click the leave request form, it will open in web because I like to have access of campus in my cell phone, for example. But if for some reason I wanted to change it to a desktop version, I can just go to settings, click on leave request form, and here select no. I don't want to open in web viewer. Use Thor for your most used reports. It's a good tool, and it's going to save you time. Instead of looking for links on your desktop or in your email, you just go there and your link will be there. The next report that we're going to see is the service calendar. So for admins and managers, by contract, you have to work a certain amount of days during the calendar year, and you have to fill a service calendar. So we build this interactive calendar to make it easy for you to fill out the calendar, modify it, get it approved. So this takes a little bit of time to load, so I preloaded it, and it's here. So in this case, I have my calendar already started. I have to work 217 days. Right now, I am at 220. So I still have to select 3 more non-service days in order to reach the 217. So what day is today? July 23. Let's say I don't want to work next Monday and next Tuesday and next Wednesday. So selecting those 3 non-service days, I reached the 217, and now I'm able to submit the changes. You can say I want to work on this Saturday for some reason, and then it's going to change back to 218, and then just select the different a different service day or non-service day, and you will back to 17. So you can change and days around the year to non-service day, to service day, and then just play around with the dates, and you'll reach your specific services. Once you're ready, you can save as draft, which means everything you selected is going to be saved, but it's not going to be submitted for approval. Once you are sure about your dates, click Submit Changes, and that will submit it for your manager's approval. After it's approved, you can still go back and change the dates, but when you submit the changes, it will go again through all the approval process.